Welcome to your NCFE Level 2 Certificate in Creating a Business Startup. Session 2 of 4, Marketing for a Business Startup. Brought to you on behalf of Poplar Harker and Solucious Equinox. My name is Phil Church and I shall be your narrator and guide for this session. This NCFE Level 2 online Certificate in Creating a Business Startup has been brought to you by Poplar Harker and Solucious Equinox Training Solutions for online learning. Visit and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more learning videos. The unit being covered in this session is Marketing for a Business Startup. Your learning journey so far. Session 1 of 4 covered initial steps for a business startup. This is Session 2, Marketing for a Business Startup, with online tutor support sessions, and following the end of this session you should have enough to complete your online Assessment 1, uploading all the relevant tasks. Session 3 follows this session, Legal and Financial Considerations for Business Startup, with online tutor support sessions throughout, and your final session, Developing a Business Plan. And once this has been completed, you'll be able to complete your online Assessment 2 through your ePortfolio system, uploading any relevant tasks. Full tutor support is throughout this entire program, and once your assignments have been assessed by us internally and quality assured, you'll be awarded your qualification. Completing your assignments. It is important to understand the action verbs in the assignment questions. The action verbs: define. Your answer must give the precise meaning of a word. Describe. In order to describe something, you must give a detailed account of it. Explain. You need to ensure that your answer is clear, revealing relevant facts. Identify. Point out and explain. Don't just make a list. Your answer should establish who or what something is. We will tutor you throughout the program and help you to complete the 2 assignments. Once you submit your assignments online, they will be assessed. All your completed assignments will then be submitted for internal and external quality assurance. And once this process is complete, you'll be awarded your qualification. Our remote assistance service, we can be contacted at learners@soluciousequinox.com, and as previously stated, your emails must be marked with NCFE Business Startup. Completing your assignments and accompanying tasks. In addition to completing your 2 assessment booklets, you also need to complete associated tasks. To complete all your coursework successfully, it is vital that you use the associated handbooks. The PDF handbooks can be accessed through the ePortfolio system, and you will be directed in the videos to the handbook page numbers that relate to the assessment questions. You must upload the associated tasks onto your ePortfolio for assessment. In this section, you will understand the market and market research. And by the end of this section, you will be able to describe the target market of your business startup, perform a SWOT analysis on the internal and external factors of your business startup, Identify suitable market research methods for the startup. Perform relevant market research for the business startup. Describe how market research findings support the business startup. What is the target market for your business startup? Your target market may be based on some or all of the following factors. Gender. For example, beauty treatments are most often bought by women. Age group. For example, younger people might be more inclined to buy the latest fashions. Family situation. For example, if you are selling meals for one, your market is most likely to be younger and older people who live alone. Work occupation. For example, if you plan on selling protective work boots, most of your customers will be individuals who work in construction or other occupations where the feet need to be protected. Income. For example, designer suits are more likely to sell to individuals with higher incomes. If you open a pound shop, your customers are more likely to be in the lower income bracket. Geographical area. For example, if you are offering a window cleaning service, this would probably be tied to a specific geographical area. Specific interests. For example, if you plan to sell craft materials to make greeting cards, you will sell to people who like doing arts and crafts, or who provide resources for others to do them, for example, schools or daycare centres. Your assignment question is requiring you for question 11 to describe the target market for your business startup. So think about your target market carefully and consider factors such as age, gender, sector, geographical areas, etc. And further reading can be found in your qualification handbook, pages 39 to 40, or use the internet for further research. Internal and external influences on business. Businesses are affected by many influences. Internal influences in the business such as policies and procedures, planning and strategy of the business, the management of its staff, the recruitment of the staff, how communications are sent out to customers and staff within the business, the reputation of the business and departments within, the image that the company portrays or believes it portrays, its brand promise. External influences on a business are those such as the costs of raw materials. If you work with woods, metals, papers, if the prices of these increase, your costs will increase, and these need to be factored in. Labour costs. If people are on minimum wage and that increases, that needs to be factored in. But other costs such as pensions, taxes, national insurance, changes in technology. If you are designing materials online or producing goods using equipment, to have the latest technology means that you are at the forefront. Having old technology means that your competitors will take the edge, and it's what your competitors are doing will affect your business and how you run your business. New legislation such as Working Time Directive, health and safety legislation, changes in factors such as use of certain chemicals. The changing expectations of customers. If you look at COVID-19, customers expected businesses to move a lot of theirs online or provide a delivery or home service. Changing standards and regulations. As you can see, there are many internal and external factors to consider for your new business startup. And a SWOT analysis is an ideal tool to map strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We will take a closer look at some of the factors for you to consider for your own SWOT analysis, and have a think about the various factors which may affect your startup. SWOT analysis for business planning. Internal factors around strengths, things that the business will be able to do well, things that make the business different from its competitors, the skills and experience that the business has, the intellectual property, technological and physical resources that the business can use. Internal factors affecting weaknesses, areas where the business is weak or needs development, things that the business will not be able to do, things that competitors may be able to do better, lack of resources required for the business. External factors for opportunities, identified customer base and markets for products and services, lack of competitors in identified markets, fashion trend or need for the business of products and services, a positive media coverage or public opinion around the business or industry, and threats, lots of competitors or new businesses entering the market, changes in law, regulations or technology impacting on the business, negative media coverage or public opinion around the business or industry. Further considerations for your SWOT analysis. Strengths. Financial strengths. What is your most reliable source of financial growth? Is it your current customers, a particular product, your service fee structure? Customer strengths. Where is your customer growth coming from? Is this coming from referrals or a particular industry segment like healthcare or retail? Is it mainly retail or commercial? Why are your customers choosing you over your competitors? Internal strengths. What do you do very well as an organisation? Are you the first to innovate products in your industry? Do you have strong customer relationships or partnerships? Learning and growth strengths. Where do you excel insofar as your employees are concerned? Is it your compensation model? Could it be your workforce development program or your culture? Weaknesses. Financial weaknesses. What is your biggest financial weakness? Perhaps most of your customers are in a cyclical industry and subject to market winds, for example, or maybe your most used product has the lowest profit margins. Customer weaknesses. Where do your customers think you need to improve? This could be your investment products, locations, loan origination, or competitive prices for interest rates. Internal weaknesses. What do you do poorly? Do you have opportunities to improve in project management for opening new branches? What about for one-touch call resolution for customer service? Learning and growth weaknesses. What are your biggest challenges with employees? Do you have particularly high turnover in certain departments or a negative perception of the organisational culture? Opportunities. Financial opportunities. What is your biggest opportunity to improve your finances? This might be starting a new product line, increasing customer retention, or going after a new geographical area. Customer opportunities. Where could you dramatically improve with your customers? Could you improve your online interface? What about cross-selling related products or better understanding your customers' purchasing habits? Internal opportunities. What processes will drive you well into the future if you could improve upon them? This may entail partnering with a mortgage origination company or developing neighbourhood sponsorships. Learning and growth opportunities. What opportunities do you have to leverage staff? For example, do you have cross-training opportunities? Could you make a few tweaks to improve your culture and thus your retention? Threats. Financial threats. What threats could seriously impact your financial health? This could be low-cost competitors, a partner entering the banking space, or an overseas banking product. Customer threats. What is your biggest concern about your customers? Does one of your competitors offer zero-fee checking that could steal some of your market share? How simple is your customer's ease of departure? Internal threats. What current areas of your business might harm you later? Do you have a new product rollout soon that could potentially fail? Are you struggling through a merger or an office upgrade? Learning and growth threats. What threatens the people within your organisation? This could be anything from instability in your customer support department to staff members' departures to a department-specific pushback against new technology. Your assignment question is asking you for question 12 to perform a SWOT analysis on the internal and external factors of your business startup. And don't forget to upload a copy of your SWOT analysis onto the ePortfolio system. And further reading can be found in your qualification handbook, pages 42 to 44, or use the internet for further research. Identifying 2 suitable market research methods for your business startup. Questionnaires and surveys. You can carry out a survey by producing a list of questions and asking people to provide answers in writing, such as on the internet, for example using a site such as SurveyMonkey, or by asking them questions face to face and writing down their answers. Observations. You may be able to get the data you want by observing people and what they are doing. For example, you could count how many sandwich shops are on the high street and how many people are using them to see whether there may be room for another food business. Interviews. You could carry out face-to-face interviews with people to ask them about products and services they might be interested in buying and how much they might pay, or to ask about their experiences of different types of products and services. Focus groups. These are groups of customers, usually with a similar customer profile. For example, young mothers or university students. The group is invited to have a discussion that will help to answer a particular research question. A moderator will facilitate the discussion and put questions to be answered to the group, but should not lead them towards particular answers. Focus groups might be useful for finding information about desired features on a product, for example. Hall tests. These are designed to test reactions to a particular product or advertisement. People are usually selected in the street and asked to come into the hall or office nearby where they test out a product, look at packaging or branding, or watch an advertisement and give their reaction to it. They might be asked a series of questions on paper, on computer, or face-to-face about what they think. Consumer trials. Consumer trials are where a small number of products or services are trialled with consumers to see what they think of them before the business goes into full production. And secondary research. This involves using existing data such as information from articles, books, newspapers, TV, or the internet. When we started Solucious Equinox, some of our market research involved examining the common areas of complaint within the training sector and levy apprenticeships in particular. To stand apart from other providers, we knew that we had to excel at various aspects of training provision to be different, and that became another of our niches. By bringing structure to program deliveries, keeping clients regularly informed on learner progression, and some learning providers failed to do this. To instigate regular client updates and reviews, and this was one major complaint that we found from our clients, that our previous learning providers were not doing this. Contextualized learning, so their learners had a real-life explanation given to them to improve their chances of passing their exams first time. Quality learning material, design and program delivery. Believe it or not, large, well-established companies were failing to deliver these fundamental points within the levy apprenticeship sector. So remember, if you cannot take care of your customers, someone else will. Your assignment question is asking you for question 13 to identify 2 suitable market research methods for your business startup. So we've had questionnaires and surveys, observations, interviews, focus groups, hall tests, and consumer trials and secondary research. So identify 2 suitable market research methods for your business startup, and further reading can be found in your qualification handbook on pages 44 to 48, or use the internet for further research. Conduct 1 piece of market research for your business startup. You must plan and perform a minimum of 1 piece of market research has been identified in 1.3 to collect data for your business startup. Because your assignment question is asking you for question 14 to perform 1 piece of relevant market research for the business startup from those identified in question 13 and record your findings. And don't forget to upload a copy of your market research onto the ePortfolio system. And further reading can be found in your qualification handbook, pages 44 to 48, or use the internet for further research. Findings from your market research for your business startup. Interpret and present your findings from the market research relating to your business startup. Because your assignment question is asking you for question 15 to describe your market research findings and how they support the business startup. And further reading can be found in your qualification handbook, pages 44 to 48, or use the internet for further research. In this section, you will understand how to develop a brand for the business startup. And by the end of this section, you will be able to select and explain the business startup name, create a logo that represents the business startup, and explain the brand identity for the business startup. The importance of a business name and brand to an organisation. Brand differentiates from other products or services. Customers know what to expect. With it brings customer loyalty, and it makes an organisation memorable. An air of familiarity is brought with it, and it increases an organisation's profile and value. What's in a name? Take our name, Solucious Equinox. Some of our customers think Solucious is Latin and ask what it means. It's not Latin, but it's memorable, and it's a play on words for solutions. Equinox suggests a new beginning, which it was for the founders of the company. This title, Online Learning, shows that the business has an online and real-world presence, and there is another version of this logo. The use of dark blue denotes the company's origins in policing. And this globe features an alignment, and this is repeated, and this denotes our founding strapline, aligning your training needs. This is an abbreviated version of our full logo, and it's used in various forms on our products. Our other company colour is grey, and this is featured on all our products and documents. The colour is modern and contemporary. Ideally, a business name should be memorable, sets customer expectations, becomes part of the business brand, distinguishes the business from other organisations, works even if the business grows, works in other countries as well as the home country. How our brand has evolved over time. When we first set the company up in 2018, our brand looked like this. Over time, our brand has evolved to become Training Solutions, and our brand logo has changed and adapted. And currently, you can see many versions of our brand name incorporated into the products and services that we can offer. And this is how we've evolved in just over 2 years. Your assignment question is asking you for question 16 to select a business startup name and explain why you have chosen the name and how it will benefit the business. So you must select a name for your business startup. You could research current business names to develop an understanding of the promotional and legal implications of your name choice. And further reading can be found in your qualification handbook on pages 49 to 51, or use the internet for further research. Feeling inspired? These are just some of the logos for businesses that are in existence today. So design a logo for your own business startup. Because your assignment question is asking you for question 17 to create a logo that represents the business startup. And don't forget to include your logo in the space provided in your assessment and upload this to your ePortfolio. And further reading can be found in your qualification handbook, pages 51 to 52, or use the internet for further research. What is your startup business's brand identity? You should consider the following. Define your brand. Decide what it is you are trying to do and what market space you will occupy. You might be solving problems, supporting lifestyles, or helping fulfill dreams. You might be selling essentials to businesses or luxury items to consumers. Identify the business personality. A business will have its own personality, which includes ways of thinking, ways of behaving towards customers and others, and ways of doing things. This personality should be evident in everything the business does. Think about how you will build relationships with customers. Most businesses want to build trust so that customers will return again and again. Be consistent in how you deal with customers. Make sure all the employees and all the company literature, websites for example, are consistent, using the same language and saying the same things. Identify the business beliefs and make sure the business represents these beliefs. For example, you might stand for good quality products, excellent customer service, and friendly assistance, and make sure that everything the business does fits with this. And this ties in with the police learning logo that we provide to police officers undergoing training, promotion, or recruitment, and is available on the YouTube channel for some of the law videos that we provide with the same good quality product using brand consistency. Your assignment question is asking you for question 18 to explain the brand identity for the business startup and consider your business goals, values, style, and vision. Further reading can be found in your qualification handbook, pages 51 to 52, or use the internet for further research. In this section, we'll look at understanding market strategies for a business startup. And by the end of this section, you will be able to describe the promotional options available to the business startup, explain the promotional options chosen for the business startup, create promotional material for the business startup, describe the pricing strategies available to the business startup, create a medium-term pricing plan for the business startup, describe the features of the product or products, service or services for the business startup, and describe the location considerations for the business startup. Promotional options available to business startups. And these options include advertising. Locally, this might be in the local free newspapers, or cards, posters in local shop windows or supermarket notice boards. Advertising can be expensive, especially if you go national, and you need to choose the right publication to reach your customers. Flyers. Flyers are printed leaflets advertising the business, which can be handed out in the street or, with permission, at a specific venue where you know customers might be, delivered with a local free paper or delivered to houses in your target market area. Flyers are usually only feasible where your customers are in a specific area or place. Exhibitions. Trade exhibitions or consumer exhibitions targeting specific interests, such as skiing or fashion, can be a good way to showcase your business. You pay for exhibition space. The organisers sort out tickets and promotion for the exhibition, and you set up a stand and are there on the day to talk to customers. It can be a good way to come into contact with lots of customers, but can be expensive. Direct mail. If you are lucky enough to have a list of names, email or postal addresses of potential customers, you could mail or email them with information about the business and its products or services. You might have a list from existing customers if you're already trading, for example, or might have permission to email the members of a local society, for example, the local golf club, if you are selling golf equipment. Bear in mind, though, that many people simply bin junk mail, and some will be annoyed by it, so you need to use it carefully. You should only contact customers for marketing purposes if they have given permission for you to do so, in line with data protection regulations. Social media. Having a Twitter account or Facebook page where you and your customers can leave comments and reviews, and which customers can follow. It can help promote your business, especially if you update it often with news, items, or tips that are of interest to your customers. Encourage other people to share and follow your pages. Start with your family and friends and shout about your business on social media. These are good free ways to promote your business. Websites. Create a website and make sure that people want to use it by keeping it up to date, making it easy for customers to use, and make it interesting with news items, tips and advice so that people come back to view it again and again. Business directories. Make sure people can find you on the internet. Internet marketing is all about being visible. It's no good having a great website if no one can find it. Add your business and website to Google's business directory. Go to Google Business to find out how to do this. Find out about how to optimize your content to match what people search for. Sometimes it's a matter of including and tagging keywords. You can find out about searches and keywords by using internet tools such as Keywords Everywhere. Network. Go to meetings, give talks and connect with other businesses. Networking with people will help to promote your business. Many small businesses are promoted through word of mouth. People talk, so if you tell one person about your business, they might tell someone else. Joining the local Chamber of Commerce or similar organisation might help you link up with businesses who will buy your products or who sell complementary products and services and will recommend you to other people. Get yourself known in the community and your industry. You might support charity events or give a talk to a local society. Make sure that people know you and your business. Business cards. When you are networking, you need a quick and easy way to give your business details to someone. A good way to do this is through using a business card. This has your name, your position in the company name and logo, and your contact details. Some cards might also say what the business is, if this is not obvious from the name and logo. For example, a business card might state Hair and Beauty or Business Consultancy under the company name to make it clear what their business is all about. Your assignment question is asking you for question 19 to describe 4 promotional options available to the business startup. And further reading can be found in your qualification handbook on pages 55 to 56, or use the internet for further research. Promotional options for your business startup. Having looked at the different promotional options available, you need to choose 2 options and explain why you have chosen these for your startup business. Your assignment question is asking you for question 20 to explain 2 promotional options that you have chosen for your business startup, explaining what they are and why you have chosen them. And further reading can be found in your qualification handbook, pages 55 to 56, or use the internet for further research. Promotional material for your business startup. Promotional material is vitally important for your business startup. Promotional material will promote your company's products and services. Here is a sample of one of our promotional documents. It shows the company's branding and logos. And it tells the client what type of document this is. In this case, it's our bespoke training provision. It shows the company's colour scheme, in this case grey, a brief overview of our company, our policing background. It shows one of our selling points because we have multiple policing backgrounds. The products and services that we have on offer to the clients. And in this case, the clients and partners that we work with. And this is important because this expands our brand of trust and expertise in some of the areas that we work with clients in the private, public, and third sector. And our company contact details. In addition to promotional materials such as this document, we also have advertisements which we release on social media platforms. We even have our own YouTube channel where we release narrated training videos such as the one you are watching today. And within it, we allow companies to advertise their business or services within our learning videos. And we show that we support charities, in this case PTSD 999. And these are placed on our multimedia platforms, our social media platforms, to our viewers. And your example of your promotional material that you have prepared should use the business name and logo prominently. It should make sure that your contact details are clear. Use the business colours to promote the brand image and make sure that it gives relevant information. Not give too much information on one page, and use a font that is easy to read and big enough to read, and think about what will attract your customers. And here is an example of one of our adverts that we have on our media channels. Solucious Equinox Training Solutions are a specialist training and design company and are experts in police training, safeguarding, county lines gangs and leadership and management, and we design bespoke training for clients. Solucious Equinox offer clients training consultancy, online learning and learning design, access to our free learning resource library. Visit and subscribe to our online sets channel, where we release free learning programs across multiple sectors and specifically policing. Solucious Equinox provide clients with the following services: training consultancy services, learning material design and development, client-specific training programs, assessing services for levy apprenticeship programs, associate police trainer service with SE cleared and police degree qualified, internal quality assurance service, online learning programs, leadership and management, safeguarding, police recruit training and business administration. Advertise your business or services within our learning videos. Targeted advertising to our learners. If your organisation requires a reliable, professional, cost-effective solution to your training requirements, Solucious Equinox, aligning your training needs. Visit us at soluciousequinox.com. Your assignment question is asking you for question 21 to create 2 pieces of promotional material for your business startup that promote the business and its products or services, and attach copies here. And further reading can be found in your qualification handbook, in this case page 57, or use the internet for further research. So you could create posters, flyers, business cards, social media pages, or online classifieds. Pricing strategies. Penetration pricing. This involves setting a low price to establish sales and market share. The idea of this strategy is to tempt customers away from the competition. Some businesses may even choose to sell at below cost to begin with, raising their prices when they have established themselves in the marketplace. For example, new food products are often sold at a low price to establish a customer following. Price skimming. This involves setting the price high to begin with. It works where products or services have little competition or, for example, products have featured that competitor products don't have. Price skimming is a limited time strategy as when competitors enter the market with similar products, services or features, the price will need to be reduced to hold the market share. Innovative products such as electronic games consoles and products such as the Apple iPhone are often priced higher to begin with. The prices come down as competitors launch similar or better products. Premium pricing. Where you are selling a product or service that is perceived as better than the competition or is unusual, you may be able to set a price that is higher than competitors. Marketing methods such as celebrity endorsement can also make premium pricing possible. Designer clothing ranges generally use premium pricing. Clothing may be very similar to other brands, but people will pay for the designer name. Loss leader pricing. This strategy works with products or services that are linked with ongoing sales. The idea is that you sell the initial product or service at a low price, often at a loss, because it'll tie customers into buying other products or services in the future. For example, razors are often sold at a special price, but will include only 1 or 2 spare blades. The theory being that buying the razor will tie customers into buying higher priced packs of blades in the future. A service equivalent might be a financial advisor or solicitor providing initial advice for a fixed fee or for free, assuming that the customer will be happy to pay for further advice that they may need. Competition pricing. This pricing strategy involves setting prices in comparison with competitors. It involves researching what competitors charge for similar products or services, then pricing your own products or services at similar levels. This might be charging the same price, a little less to try and gain customers from competitors, or a little more by claiming that your products are slightly better. The main consideration for this strategy, though, is that what your competitors are charging. For example, in a small town where there are several hair salons, the salons will probably charge very similar prices for services because customers will compare them. Product lines, bundles, and optional extras. When you have more than one product or service you are selling, you may want to consider strategies that look at the range. Product line pricing is where different products from the same range are priced at different prices. For example, you might sell shampoo at £1.50 a bottle and a matching conditioner at £1 to encourage customers to buy that too. Bundles are where you sell products together at a cheaper price. So, for example, if people do buy shampoo and conditioner together, you might charge a bundle price of £2.25 to encourage buyers to buy both. Optional extras are things that are added onto the product or service for an extra cost. This is commonly used in the car industry, where you can add on leather seats, a better radio, special paint colours, to the basic model of a vehicle. Psychological pricing. This involves thinking about the customer's perception of price. The most common example is offering something for 99 pence instead of £1. or £9.99 instead of £10 and so on. The price, especially when compared to a competitor charging £1 or £10, just appears to offer better value. Many businesses use psychological pricing alongside other pricing strategies. Your assignment question is asking you for question 22 to describe 4 pricing strategies available to the business startup. So penetration pricing, price skimming, premium pricing, loss leader, competition pricing, product lines, bundles and optional extras. Further reading can be found in your qualification handbook pages 58 to 59 or use the internet for further research. Creating a medium-term pricing plan for your business startup. Having looked at the different pricing strategies, you need to create one for your business startup for the first year of operation or for the first 2 or 3 years. Question 23 is asking you to create a medium-term pricing plan for your business startup. So this could be the first year of operations or the first 2 or 3 years. And further reading can be found in your qualification handbook pages 58 to 59 or use the internet for further research. So you should identify which of the pricing strategies as described in question 22 that you will use in the medium term for your business. Key features of your business's startup products or services. When Solucious Equinox offered to deliver this particular qualification on behalf of Harker, the key features of the product included a bespoke design of narrated learning videos, online delivery, utilization of the e-portfolio system. The key features of the service included the remote assistance service for learners, the same trainers delivering both the teaching and assessment, first-hand experience of setting up a startup business, Your assignment question is asking you for question 24 to describe the key features of the product or products, service or services for the business startup and explain why you have chosen these as key features. And further reading can be found in your qualification handbook, page 61, or use the internet for research. Location considerations for your business startup. Depending on the type of business startup you have in mind, the location for basing your company may depend on several factors. Companies like Solucious Equinox do not require physical premises to deliver training courses. We deliver training remotely over the internet or attend a client's premises. This means that our overheads are low and the location where we are based is not dictated by our client base. However, we do need to factor in other costs such as travel and hotel accommodation when we deliver programs to clients who are not located to where we are based. Considerations for your business base may include: does it need to be in a town centre, in the countryside, near other similar businesses, or near to business suppliers, for example? There are a number of considerations when deciding on location, but with improvements in national and international communications, delivery services and trade links, the location of a business is not as critical as it once was. Probably the most important consideration for businesses that operate from business premises is where your customers are. If customers need to come to you, then they need to be able to find you easily, get to where you are, and get there easily. You need to think about transport links for your customers to get to you and probably locate near to other businesses that they may also want to visit. This might be on the high street or in a shopping mall or near offices where people are working, for example. You also need to think about what you are selling. Locating a clothes store on a busy street is a good idea, but a furniture and housewares store may need somewhere that has room for car parking, places for customers to pick up goods, and room for delivery trucks. Think about stores such as IKEA, which are normally situated on large out-of-town retail parks. Sometimes it benefits businesses to be close to other businesses selling similar products, especially where you believe you can beat the competition. Fashion stores are often located in the same street or close to one another, as customers looking for clothes often like to visit several stores before making a choice. If you are selling on the internet, the location of your business won't matter to customers, as goods will be delivered to them. You can locate your business somewhere that is convenient for some other reason, such as cheaper rentals or access to suppliers. If you need specialist supplies of raw materials or services, you might want to locate your business in a place that's close to or convenient for suppliers. You can use delivery services on a daily basis. You need to make sure that there is a local depot that can provide services for you. Or perhaps you need a lot of space, in which case you will need to choose an out-of-town location. For example, you are unlikely to find a market garden in the middle of a city. Your assignment question is asking you for question 25 to describe the location considerations for the business startup. So describe your location considerations, such as transport links, location of suppliers, example. Further reading can be found in your qualification handbook, page 62, or use the internet for research. Don't forget to upload your accompanying evidence onto the ePortfolio system. Uploaded evidence may consist of the following documents in addition to the completion of the assessment booklet: case studies, posters, social media, notes from discussions, self-reflection diaries, notes, annotated screenshots, printouts, and logos. This concludes this session relating to your qualification. In your next presentation, we will be covering the following topics: legal and financial considerations for a business startup. You will be sent by email a time, date, and link for a meeting for you to log on for the teaching session which accompanies this presentation. To get the most from your learning journey, please ensure that you log on to this online session with your trainer. We hope that you found that this presentation was useful, and we encourage you to use the handbooks which are accessible in PDF format from your ePortfolio to support your studies. If you have any questions, our remote assistance service, where we can be contacted at learners@soluciousequinox.com, where your emails must be marked in the subject heading NCFE Business Startup, and our 2 telephone numbers there if you wish to give us a ring. Thank you for listening, As usual, we welcome your feedback. You can either contact us at learners@soluciousequinox.com, or if you wish, you can leave a comment on our YouTube video channel.